wonder how all of this began, and today we want to explain just that. Word of Inspiration is a ministry of the worldwide missionary movement, and it holds its headquarters here in Bucaramanga, Colombia. The purpose of this ministry is to strengthen the work of God in non-Spanish speaking countries. Back in 1992, the pastor of this local church, Reverend Samuel David Mejia, was sent as a missionary to the country of Trinidad and Tobago. And after some time there, he was unable to renew his visa. So after 3 years of doing the work of God there, he was forced to go back to Colombia. In 1995, he returned to Colombia and was sent to pastor a church in Bucaramanga. While struggling to understand what God wanted him to do with the burden that he had for the non-Spanish speaking countries, the Lord revealed to him that he should continue the vision that he had in Trinidad and Tobago. He began to understand that in order to achieve the goal of having an international ministry, it would be necessary to use a widely utilized language for the purpose of communicating effectively. So having this understanding, he took a step of faith, and it was time to start holding English Sunday services with just his family. Between 2005 and 2006, the church saw the need to train people in the English language. Some church members even started learning on their own, and others started learning in some formal institutions. And because of these efforts seen in people, the church started holding English conversation clubs in which people were able to practice the English language more. And shortly after that, they found and contacted a formal institution to come and give them English lessons for free. In 2007, God worked in special ways for La Concordia Church to be able to initiate their very own language teaching institution. With this great vision of training people of the worldwide missionary movement for this particular ministry, it was very necessary for them to have their own institution. After many years of prayer, God opened the doors in a peculiar way. God laid it on the heart of one of the church members who was proficient in the language to give English lessons to a couple from the church. Surprisingly, in a short amount of time, more and more people joined. There was a significant group receiving English lessons in that house. And soon the pastor, Samuel Mejia, became aware of what was going on. And at that moment, he realized that it was time to start the missionary school of languages that he had been praying about. La Concordia Church finally launched the project with just 4 teachers, all with different levels of proficiency. And with that step of faith, God began to slowly equip more and more people. Once students achieved a level of proficiency that was intermediate, then they were able to be used for more tasks such as interpreting, translating, radio broadcasting, and teaching. As the projects continued to move in a forward direction, in May of 2010, Word of Inspiration International Radio was inaugurated. The purpose of the radio station was to share healthy spiritual guidance to listeners around the world. At the same time, the radio station has been a great place for students of the Missionary School of Languages to be able to practice what they've learned in a real-life scenario. Despite many limitations, many achievements have been made. The gospel has been shared all around the world, and because of the radio, many people have contacted us from different non-Spanish speaking countries, people who in some form desire to be a part of this project. As more and more people gained proficiency, Pastor Samuel decided it was also time to start interpreting consecutively on Wednesday evening services. This was quite a challenge for many new to interpreting, but once again, God equipped people. In just the year of 2010, God orchestrated all of these new projects. Now with the Missionary School of Languages functioning, Word of Inspiration International Radio, and consecutive and simultaneous interpreting, the vision was finally taking shape. Pastor Samuel Mejia felt the need to start a conference that would strengthen the vision. The purpose of this conference would be to allow people here in Colombia and from different countries around the world to be able to see what God was doing. In 2011, the first International English Missionary Conference was held at La Concordia Church. For the past 8 years, the conference has had themes related to adapting to foreign cultures, planting new churches, missionary families, and others. This has provided useful knowledge and training for those interested in being missionaries to non-Spanish speaking countries. God has poured out His Spirit at every conference, and people from the United States, India, Malaysia, English Guyana, and others have been edified by these conferences. Also, in 2011, La Concordia Church launched the Ephesus Project. The project's objective was to start churches in the 52 countries in Asia. Pastor Samuel chose a few target countries, which were Singapore, Myanmar, Thailand, and the Philippines. And by 2012, with the help of several brethren of the church, God opened doors in the Philippines. Sister Daily Jurley Laguado Carreño was established there as a full-time missionary. And along with the help of Brother Francisco Correa and his wife, there are now 3 churches of the worldwide missionary movement in the Philippines.
Certainly God has been the one that has allowed this project to go forward. It has not been human abilities, because every good gift and perfect gift we know comes from above. The team that makes up this international ministry desires to press forward as long as the Lord allows, according to His purpose and mercy. At the same time, the desire is that this vision, which is influenced and has influenced churches across the world, would continue to draw different brothers and sisters to contribute in different ways. Disregarding nationalities, proficiency, and culture, the desire is for more and more people to join this vision and to continue to reach out to the world for Christ.